We got movies I thought were weird for the last one from Derek, bruh. She was a banger, bruh, with the horn man, or not the horn man, the walrus and shit. Which one was? Damn, this open pussy, I didn't even see it. Most traumatizing. I forgot. The new season of Invincible came out and I didn't watch the shit. Damn, boy. Damn, this motherfucker been posting, boy. Don't lie. Yeah. Check this shit out. I see Zac Efron. What movie is the 17 again?
You know, this might be a hot take, but I think weird movies might be weird. That's right, ladies and gents. We are back with movies I thought were weird for. This is a series where I watch and go over some of the strangest movies sent in by you guys on the IG or in the comments or in the Discord and see how weird they really are. Y'all know what we do. We gonna start from the calm, kind of weird ones and work our way all the way up to the disturbing ones. And in the end, I'll go over possibly the most disturbing movie any of y'all have ever submitted. Alright, let's do it. This first movie comes in from Alan from the Discord. Well, it was good, Alan. Who submitted the movie 17 Again, the Zac Efron. Now, a lot of you may have heard of or even seen this movie.
That's what I meant.
And I did too. I watched it years ago and I honestly liked it.
It's a fire movie, I won't lie, it's touching.
I still like it, but I can definitely see what Alan might.
Yeah, I can see this shit that's weird. The mother fell in love with a fucking high schooler, bro.
Might have been talking about. Y'all gonna see what I mean. I think the title kind of gives it away why it could get a little weird, but y'all gonna see what I mean. Y'all gonna see. Alright, so in 17 Again, we follow a middle-aged man by the name of Mike O'Donnell.
R.I.P. Matthew Perry, boy.
Which gotta be one of the whitest names I've ever seen. Like if dudes is calling Draymond Green one of the blackest, this gotta be up there with the white ones. But yeah, we follow Mike O'Donnell, a middle-aged man whose life situation is not the best at the moment. He's staying at his buddy's crib because him and his wife are kind of in the middle of a divorce and he's low-key maybe at risk of losing his kids. And it all stems from the fact that Mike sort of peaked in high school. I'm serious.
He wanted them ones.
His prime. Back in his day, he was the hot shot, you know, cool guy, basketball player, full ride to a college, all that stuff. But after he finds out his girlfriend Scarlett is pregnant before the biggest game of the season, he runs off the court, pretty much throwing away his basketball dreams in college to build a family. And now in the present, he pretty much blames all his failures in life on that day and his wife. And that led to the wife filing for divorce and of course, Mike wishing he can somehow turn back the clock. And I think it's just ridiculous that this dude blames her because if you asking me,
yeah, that's your fault, boy. 100% that's your fault. I thought it was a lame nigga for back then when I watched the movie, boy. Like that's your choices. They say your life. You decided to do all of this shit, boy, and you blame her. That's crazy, boy.
So stupid. Why on earth would she run out the game before y'all could properly talk about it? Like I know it's a movie, but do you think this is a movie? And why the hell would he run off the court when his scholarship is?
Exactly, bro. Even if you're not going to do basketball, bro, you're getting a fucking scholarship, etc.
On the line. I swear, these dudes are moving like her water broke right now. Shorty don't even got a bump. This dude could have finished the game, secured his spot in pretty much the league, and talked about it and raised the family after. But yeah, like I said, this fall off of doom left Mike wishing he could just turn back the clock. And one day, he gets that opportunity. While on the way home during a rainstorm, he sees his old man chilling on a bridge. And after going to help him, he falls into the river. But when he gets home the next morning, he realizes he's 17 again. And this wasn't some time travel stuff, nah. He's 17 again, but everyone else is the same age. This opportunity from the divine, he uses his newfound youth to enroll into the same high school as his kids and help guide them through. It's a dope concept, right? It's cool. Y'all can see why I like this movie. But there are two things in this film that really had me scratching my head while I was rewatching it.
Did also have a crush on him 2 weeks, eh? I think that this happened. I was like, that what the fuck?
Have to do with his kids.
Yeah.
Okay? Hear me out. The first questionable thing comes when Mike realizes his son, instead of the tough hooper he told him he was, is actually not on the team at all. In fact, he gets bullied, which, you know, that's a bummer. So since he's his father, he decides to teach him how to hoop, which is obviously not weird. I actually found it to be very sweet and wholesome. When it gets weird is when the son introduces him to his wife. Because remember, y'all, these two are getting divorced, so this leads to us having to watch Mike.
And another thing that didn't cross my mind with the movie. How the fuck you not recognize him? Because this is when you fucking met him. know what I'm saying? Like, how do you not recognize? Like, what?
Not only try and prevent his divorce, but also try and rekindle some romance with Scarlett, but he's a high schooler. And I'm watching this thinking, you know, I can see how this turns weird, but it ain't that bad as long as it just stays a one-sided thing. But then Scarlett starts talking back to him. And since they have this natural connection, since, you know, that's literally her husband of 20 years, like he probably knows all her weird cravings, her weird secret birthmarks, all of that. Scarlett low-key starts feeling him. I'm not gonna say feeling him, but there were scenes. There were scenes where it seemed like she was. Scenes where she definitely was. Not like all the way though. Like she rejects the advances of course, but it's by saying stuff like, I know how you young guys are with MILF, so don't even think about it. Like, can you just reject him regular, lady? Imagine if these roles were reversed.
On Lado.
And it's conflicting because as the viewer, I want to see Mike win. I want to be like, yeah, Mike, win her back.
See, this shit, I was thinking about it during this shit. This shit was crazy, boy. Like,
on second thought, you might have to just move on, bro. So yeah, that dynamic's a little weird, and that's not even including how weird it must have been for the son to see his homie dancing with his mom. So then there's the other questionable stuff, which is as weird, if not weirder, depending on who you ask. The stuff with his daughter Maggie. Hear me out.
Yeah, so I did remember it, right?
So since he's her father, Mike wants to help out his daughter with her issues, same way he did for his son. What issue does she have? Well, she's dating the school bully. And as her father, he wants better for her. He doesn't want her dating this trailer park hooligan. So, you know, throughout the course of the movie, he's doing what you'd expect him to do. He's being kind to her, he's giving her advice, trying to sabotage their relationship. He's her father. But remember, she doesn't know that. She doesn't know who the heck this new kid is. So when the day comes that Maggie and the bully break up and Mike comforts her like any good father would, Maggie starts trying to kiss her dad. Thankfully it didn't go through, but the fact that she thought all this comfort and
She was going, boy. She was going. Which is crazy, bro, because she just like, it's a vulnerable moment too.
Mike was doing was an attempt to sneak into her heart or her pants is yuck. Could you imagine being Mike in the situation? Think about how uncomfortable that must be, bro. Like your daughter feeling you. Like I noticed that quote, the first man a woman will ever love will be their father, but I don't think the writer meant it like this, bro. The only silver lining in this situation is that he knows and she doesn't, because could you imagine if she found that out? That would ruin her love life for years. I don't know for certain, but I don't think you just develop feelings for your father and walk that shit off, especially considering how much she liked him. Oh my goodness, that just makes it weirder. She liked her dad enough, which I can't believe I'm even saying. She liked her dad.
I remember her like I thought she like kind of fucked with him
enough to not get back with her ex when given the opportunity. Yup, the bully rolls up on her trying to win her back, and she tells him straight up, and I quote, I'm with somebody else now. That is your father. And I almost forgot the part where she's like roaring at him in bed, trying to seduce him. Oh my goodness. And she only stops pursuing him when she catches him sneaking a kiss from her mom, which leads to her and all her friends slapping him in the face, with the last one saying, call me, before slapping him. This movie is something. But hey, like I normally say, y'all, that's just the first one. This next movie was submitted by Alien from the Discord, who has been requesting this movie for literally over a year. It got to the point where there were videos being made simulating my kidnapping until I finally announced I'm going over it. And what's the movie that was requested? The Grinch That Stole This movie's about the Grinch seeking revenge on Santa Claus after Santa Claus
a 2B movie, exactly.
Got him locked up for trying to kidnap him, and after getting out, he decides to try again.
Step the game.
But after instead cracking Mrs. Claus, don't ask, he decides a better way to get revenge would be to steal all the in town. And so he spends the whole movie kidnapping and cracking Santa and everyone's hoes.
What the fuck?
Alien, how did you even find this film? How? This is just one of those fever dream movies, man. I don't know what's funnier to me. The fact that Mrs. Claus was the one that gave him the idea to steal all the or the fact that his plan in the movie actually works. Like the women were happily letting the Grinch steal them and even complaining when he didn't steal them because they all wanted a piece of the Grinch. The Grinch is... Atlanta's a wild place, man. And another thing about this movie, I don't know how to explain it, but certain scenes... Atlanta's a wild place, man. And another
on his shoulder.
Thing about this movie, I don't know how to explain it, but certain scenes in the movie, it actually felt like I was watching like a corn movie or something. I'm serious, and I'm not even saying that because all the booty on the screen. Nah, there was a lot of booty though. It was all this freaking hiding under the lampshade acting. And I'd love to tell y'all to go watch it so y'all can see what I mean, but I can't even do that because the original platform this movie was on, sadly, removed it. And yes, it was Tubi.
I knew
I guess
it.
even they have their standards. This next movie comes in from Instagram this time. Shout out my followers. From the user Butterfly Effect 58, who submitted the movie Rubber 2010. And after watching this film, I won't lie, I truly do think. Matter of fact, I am convinced y'all love wasting my time. Cause this movie was literally about a living tire, you know, hence the title Rubber, that goes out into the world and can kill people with its mind, I guess, and ends up becoming fixated with this girl at this motel.
What?
Even watching her shower. That's literally the whole movie. No explanation how the tire got its abilities, or how it's even freaking alive, or how it's even attracted to this lady. Like, does it see her? Does it have eyes? How is this tire alive?
How is he getting erect? I think that's a better question.
Man, let's just get to the last one, bro. Let's get to the last one. This final one comes in from SEN6F on YouTube, who submitted
Ain't
the
nothing
movie.
more to say about that shit. Just
The
a
Substance.
tire that. Whoa. Hold on. This shit might be a banger.
Now, this is one of the most requested films of the series. I mean, seriously, look at y'all in the comments. Fiending. So it's finally here. And let me say, this might genuinely be the most visually disgusting movie sentence for this series ever. So I'm gonna have to take my time with it. Like, no exaggeration, towards the end, this makes Tusk look like Mihawk Land. That's how gross we talking. But it's also one of the end. This makes Tusk look like Mihawk.
This shit just unlocked the memory, say. I remember I watched like 1 or 2 random episodes when this shit was just on, you know what I'm saying? Just like on back when motherfuckers just had shit on. Boy, what? I remember this shit, except
Land. That's how gross we talking. But it's also one of the best movies sent in. Like, this movie has meaning behind it. So make sure to not only thank Essie for submitting it, but also blame her for what's coming next. So in The Substance, we follow a woman named Elizabeth Sparkle. She's a TV star who hosts one of those aerobic shows.
I thought that was Courtney Cox, boy.
And today's her 50th birthday.
Cox is
What's
such a
up?
last, it's a crazy last name, boy.
This might be like, hey, congrats, pop bottles. But to Elizabeth, this was not a good thing. She's getting older. Things don't move like they used to. Spots in her body got a little more sag to
She
them.
got like a natural frown, bruh.
She started to feel less beautiful. And probably most importantly, she gets fired because of it. That's right. While in the bathroom, Elizabeth overhears an executive from the show
This
talking
look
about
crazy though, like the sets and like the camera, what's it called, like the tone and shit.
how she's too old. Ratings are dropping and they need someone hot and young to revive the show.
It's like
Not
cinematographic, if that's a word.
this 50-year-old lady. So the next day
Look at this shit, the shots is
disgusting
crazy.
lunch scene. Like, seriously. Listen to this mofo chewing his food.
Oh wow.
I seen dogs with better etiquette than him. He fires her, which is just so foul, but it's real. You could give one of these big corp jobs years of your life, and they'll still throw you out like it's nothing. That happened to me. I worked at this burger spot when I was a teenager. I'm not gonna say the name, but I gave them 2 good years of my life. 2 years. That's like a lifetime when you're a teenager. Woke up one day to an email telling me I was fired.
Damn.
No warning, no 2 weeks, nothing. You wanna know what the email said? Our apologies. Then right under it, a picture of Ronald McDonald flipping me off. That happened. So I know how Elizabeth feels to a degree. But even then, considering the circumstances, what she's going through must feel way worse. Getting replaced just like that? Taking out my billboards? I'm supposed to be the star. Elizabeth gets into an accident. But luckily she's okay. At least externally. Internally, she's in shambles. There's this scene where the doctor sees it's her birthday and he's like, oh wow, happy birthday. I felt bad.
Shit.
But after the doctor leaves and it's just the nurse and Elizabeth in the room, something strange happens. The nurse feels up her spine and says to her, you're a good candidate, and leaves. The hell? You can't have eyes that blue and
Creepy ass motherfucker. What the fuck you got going on, except?
do something that strange and leave. I need answers. And even stranger, after she leaves the hospital, she finds a
It's a
paper
hospital. Hold on.
with a and leave. I need answers.
What year
And
is
even
this, except? In a way, that's all like a real life hospital, boy. It's gotta be like a museum or some shit. This shit
stranger,
look fire.
after she leaves the hospital,
It
she
is.
finds a paper with a USB drive that says The Substance on it, with the words, it changed my life under. Yeah, I don't know if that would sell me. I've had crackheads tell me the same thing about their substance, and you know how that goes. But I guess it convinced her, at least enough to go home and watch the video. And the video that plays was like this commercial for this product called The Substance, an injection that makes you younger, more beautiful, more perfect. Only catch is, it's another version of you that you have to share your life with. Both of you are one week for one week for the other, which to me just sounded
That
way
shit's ass, boy. So like the Hulk but you got no control of it.
Too complicated. I get confused. You start talking about cloning me and then throwing some maintenance in there. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I had like 5 goldfish in a year one time. That maintenance stuff ain't for me. I'm good, bro. And Elizabeth was good off it too, so she just threw it in the trash. At least for now. Because after seeing this young couple at the bar and reading an ad listing for her replacement, she must have gotten FOMO. Because she immediately goes into the trash, grabs a drive, calls a number, and finds out where she can get the substance. They never learn. So Elizabeth arrived at the
It's just that
location.
movie where everyone gets beautiful. I think that shit's still coming out, bro.
And if this wasn't sketchy enough, the place she goes to pick up the substance is in the trenches. I'm telling y'all, this can't be good. Either they about to give her the same thing those crackheads try to give me, or Elizabeth picks it up, comes back home, prepares to take the substance by getting butt naked. Look, I don't care about nudity in films. Honestly, it's the opposite. I revel in the challenge. But y'all, I watched this movie on the plane and I had window seat. Like there was a dude and a lady sitting on my left watching me watch this film. Bro, this shit was embarrassing. I'm over here
But it's such a random scenario to be in, like,
lowering my brightness and shit, so dude on my left doesn't see it as clearly. Side-eyeing him to make sure he don't see me lowering my brightness. Embarrassing. This dude probably thought I was a D1 gooner. Y'all can't say I don't love y'all. Especially after the scene that comes next. Elizabeth standing, butt booty naked in the mirror, looks at her current self one last time. And this is where stuff starts to get weird. She takes the injection, and at first, nothing happens. But then, Elizabeth collapses. And while she's on the ground, we see something moving in her back. Oh my. And then we see her back starts to tear open. Oh my. And what comes out was just like the video said. Another version of Elizabeth, who's also butt naked, but younger. Bro, the stuff people do to stay young. I remember I think it was Simon.
what you gonna do with the shitty next, eh? It's not like a snake shedding where it's just like some fucking people rapping whatever the fuck. That's a whole body, eh? What you gonna do with that, bruh? I got a whole separate set of questions, eh?
Kyle, I seen what he did to his face. And
What the
no
fuck?
offense, but that shit looked terrible. I can't do this.
That
I told
don't look like he goofed 24/7.
myself the second I get a single bald spot, it's all gone. I'm going full Dr. Evil, no turkey trip needed. But yeah, there's a younger Elizabeth now. And I'll be honest, seeing this just had me even more confused in the commercial. 2 Elizabeths? That just left me with so many questions. They answered a few of them, like the whole feeding process is all through tubes and stuff. But if they swapping bodies every week, what happens if one of them gets pregnant? Does the baby just sit in the body while their mom is AFK every other week? Or what about the whole bathroom situation? What if the body laying down has to take a leak? And most important question of all, would y'all date someone like this?
Hell no.
If you find out the person you're with is secretly middle-aged or old 1 week, then you're
It's fucking like, oh, they gotta be like 2 separate people, right? Because I feel like having one person is. I got so many questions, etc.
engaged the next. Are you still
Hold on, I
pursuing?
need to.
If you
I need,
thinking
I
no,
need
you
to
just
press. I won't.
not thinking hard enough. That's the best of both worlds. Think about it. Do young stuff 1 week. Go to Six Flags, zip lining. They switch, straight gums the next week. And you get senior discounts. I don't know, Gilf Babe might be the better of the two. This new Elizabeth wasn't asking any of those questions though. She didn't care about any of that stuff. Cause she was too busy feeling herself. And I mean really,
Wait, so
feeling
it is her. It is like the past her. I mean, not the past her, but the present her. But then she goes back to the present. No, she goes back to the past present her. Then she goes back to the present her. Like, how does that work with like normal like people that you see every day? That don't make sense.
herself. Like the movie wanted you to know that she felt like she looked good. Touching on herself in the shower, stretching in front of her window. Even the dude next to me started looking over. She actually felt so confident as this younger version of her. Any of that stuff. Cause she was too busy feeling herself. And I mean really feeling herself. Like the movie wanted you to know that she felt like she looked good. Touching on herself in the shower, stretching in front of her window. Even the dude next to me started looking over. She actually felt
Wait,
so
so didn't she look like this before? So why would it be like something new to her?
confident as this younger version of herself that she applied for that ad listing from earlier, pretty much replacing herself under the new name Sue, which is what I'm gonna be calling her now, so there's no confusion, okay? But I'm not gonna lie, this is ridiculous and low-key sad. When given the chance to live her life differently, she pretty much chose the same career path under the same studio with the same shrimp scarf and dude running it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, why the fuck? Wouldn't you go to something different?
threw her out before. Come on, man. At least Mike from earlier was trying to get a scholarship he never got to enjoy. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. And it's especially sad because while this may have looked like a win for Elizabeth, this leads to terrible consequences down the road. Like terrible. Because after getting
she fine though.
the job, being Sue became way more fun than being Elizabeth. I mean, she had her show again. She can hang out with new young friends.
Crazy.
No senior
Crazy
discounts,
gift, boy.
but she could hook up with guys. Point is, she could live that young life that she wanted back so bad. Which again,
I don't lie, some motherfuckers was going for the old version of her too, bruh. Like, she acting like she's fucking ugly or some shit, bruh.
you might think is a good thing, right? No, this leads to so many issues. First of all, it slowly starts chipping away
I
at
know
Elizabeth's
some like 30-year-old, 40, maybe. Yeah, boy, they going for this shit. Say even some people my age, bruh.
like I said. I mean, you go from being talk of the town one week to then the woman she replaced the next. That'll do something to you mentally. It got so bad that Elizabeth didn't even want to go outside. Yeah, there's a scene where Elizabeth has a date, and this is honestly so sad. She has a date with this guy, and every time she's about to head out the door, she stops, thinks about Sue, goes to put on some
It
more
doesn't
makeup.
help that the fucking billboard is right out there. I'm just realizing that her apartment fire as fuck. Why does she need a career again? Like she look like she got money, boy. Like, ooh. What's the point?
Goes back to the door again, thinks about Sue again, and goes back to put on some more makeup again. And eventually she decides not to go because she doesn't feel like she looks good enough. That's
You got some. Nah, she got a whole bunch of other issues. Like, that she need to deal with them. She need a therapist. Like, that's what I think.
sad. I already knew comparing yourself to others too much was unhealthy, but comparing yourself to yourself literally is insane. And this leads to Elizabeth somewhat resenting Sue, which brings up the next issue this lifestyle was causing: the personality split.
Yeah.
As the movie goes on, you notice that for some reason, even though they're the same person just body hopping, Sue and Elizabeth behave completely different. Like, I can't even put it lightly. Sue does not give a fuck about Elizabeth at all. Like, if this was her mom, she'd ship her away to a retirement home immediately. No hesitation. That's how little she cares. And this lack of care
Oh shit, is it gonna be like where the younger version lets the older version dies, but because the older version is the actual version, if it dies, they both die. I just fucking predicted the script, sir.
for the older Elizabeth is what leads to the most important but worst decision of the film. Like, I know it's been pretty tame, y'all, but this is y'all final warning. So since Sue was having so much fun, she starts to slowly
Yeah, this shit has been tame. I won't lie.
stay past
But
the
other shit is done on this channel, but
7-day body swap curfew Elizabeth was told to follow. First, it's a day past the curfew. You know, just a day. What harm could it do? Then a few days past the curfew. You know, just a few days. It'll probably do some harm, but nothing too crazy. But then Sue is given the opportunity of a lifetime when she's told she's gonna get to host a big New Year's Eve show. Oh,
Alright.
this is great. I mean, she'll probably have to stay over the curfew a bit to rehearse, but shouldn't be for too long. She stayed as Sue for 3 months. 3.
oh hell nah. She just let what happened to the other body, bruh.
And I ain't mentioned this thoroughly, but this pushing of the curfew did have some side effects. Because in order to stay past the curfew, Sue has to drain this juice out of Elizabeth's spine. And that juice is clearly important. After just one
Is that the substance?
day, it left her with a witch looking.
Oh nah, boy. Now she's gonna be looking even worse than she did in the beginning. She's gonna be. That's one day.
finger. After a few days, it left her entire body.
Oh shit. See, this is where you would be grateful to look how you looked before, bruh. This is a deep ass movie.
Body looking like a witch and with a bum leg.
No.
So after 3 months of pretty much draining Elizabeth's youth, because that's what it is if you couldn't tell, she's draining her youth. Sue left Elizabeth, I don't even know if I want to show y'all. She left Elizabeth looking like this. All that creature.
Get the shit off my screen. Nah, that shit is. That shit is that's a real jump scare, boy.
Is that rude to say? I mean, look, she got decaying teeth now, a back that puts a Spinosaurus
I was about to say she looked like a Spinosaurus.
to shame, riddle bones that make her fall over, a bald head, and her knockers are damn near down to her knees. I mean, I still rather look like her than Elon Musk shirtless, but damn, this is messed up. And don't think Elizabeth couldn't have stopped it. She could have. Remember, they are one. Like I said earlier, Sue does not care about Elizabeth, but that's because she herself
She is her, bruh. She is.
does not care about her older self. She pretty much hates herself. And even if you want to exclude the Sue stuff, Elizabeth, the older one, had her chance to stop it before it got this bad via phone call. And she chose not to. Because if you couldn't tell, she's addicted to the limelight and the love this girl Sue gets. Which just shows you how this substance junk really is just a representation of surgery and addiction. Because it really is her versus her out here. And it still wasn't done, because they take this her versus her stuff to the next level. Because after saying enough is enough, Elizabeth decides it's time to put an end to this
What is she carrying and running, bruh?
terminate Sue, which is just trippy on a different level because that's literally her. So she's technically like, you know, marking herself. But as she's terminating her, she remembers Sue had a show coming
Oh, yeah, no,
and
boy. There
immediately
ain't no way you stop.
starts bringing her back to life. Oh
My nigga, you deserve, or like, she got some deep issues, boy.
my goodness, you almost put the pipe down, Elizabeth. You almost did it. But this bringing her back to life stuff went left. Because instead of just bringing her back and, you know, keeping it the way it was before, this actually brought her back. Like, both of them in the same room, conscious at the same time. And since Sue knows
What?
that Elizabeth was just trying to murk her, she was not very happy. And this part when I was watching had me thinking, what? They could have argued, have a little cat fight. Sue kills Elizabeth.
Boy, what's happening in this fucking movie? This shit look fire, bro. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna watch that one movie from that other video that I did. Then I forgot about it.
Yeah, like the OG one is dead. Smashed her head against the mirror and pummeled her while she was on the ground and killed her. And for as trippy and as messed up as this is, you know, she straight up killed the part of herself she hated. Would y'all believe me if I told y'all it wasn't over? Y'all,
Where do you go from this?
that ain't even the craziest or weirdest part of the movie yet. Final warning. So Sue, now with no one to hold her back,
Final warning. This isn't the worst part.
goes to a rehearsal for the big New Year's show she had. But when she's there, she starts feeling a little woozy and develops a cough. Ugh.
Ain't no way she's gonna throw up the whole soup, bruh. I'm thinking about the weirdest shit that could happen. Or she shits her out or some shit.
I hope it ain't the Hanta. So she goes to the bathroom,
You know it.
coughs again, and sees a tooth. And that wasn't all, because after pulling out 2 more teeth, she loses a nail and an ear. That's right, her body is breaking down. Because guess what? The part of her she hated so much, well, she needed it. Remember, they are one. She rushes home and attempted to fix this. She goes
Her
back
face is falling off. She wasn't killed her. What are you trying to do, bruh?
to old reliable.
You done, bruh. Oh.
And even though last time it made a version of herself she saw as perfect, this time it made something horrible. Because what comes out of her is worse than a Nevercracker form. Worse than the walrus from Tusk. Worse than Elon Musk? Maybe, I wouldn't take it that far. What comes out
I'm not ready for this, boy.
is this. Botox don't do that to people. What came out was this fusion of Sue and Elizabeth gone wrong. With 2
See, this don't even look scary to me. Like, the other one looks scary because it was like an actual person. You know what I'm saying? This shit look like a alien, like, sci-fi shit.
heads, teeth on her chest, and an extra arm in the back. Bro, I seen this and I was disgusted, but sad. Mainly disgusted. I was sad because like she did this to herself, but like she was just insecure because this thing that built her up for years and made her find pride in her beauty pretty much just told her she's chopped. I got called ugly in like 7th grade and that junk hurt me, so I can only imagine how this feels. And what makes this spiral and final transformation even more sad to me is If you paid attention to the movie, Elizabeth literally has no one. No children, no husband, no friends, not even a pet, nothing. All she had was her career, so she didn't have anyone to talk her out of getting the substance, or forget the substance. She
didn't even think about it. He ain't mentioned no one else but her in this movie and that director and shit.
didn't have anyone to just help her over the whole getting fired thing to begin with. You know how much of a change that could have made? She wouldn't have teeth on her chest right now. This junk was so sad. Tell me why I look to my left and see the dude next to me tearing up. This was sad. Elizabeth Shue puts on her dress and her earrings, you know, getting all dolled up for her big night. And when you thought this couldn't get any sadder, before she leaves, she puts on a cutout photo of her original face. And seeing this just makes me want to say to my female viewers, and I'm saying my female viewers because that's
sad
what
as fuck, boy.
You don't need cosmetic surgery. There, I said it. Hot take, I know. You don't need it. Derek FDB knows where you're coming from. Cause let me let you in on a little secret. I got stuff about myself that I've been insecure about too. Yeah, I didn't always think I was this perfect being you see on this profile picture. If y'all ain't know, I got some big lips. Biggest in my family. And when I was a kid, I ain't want these things. I wanted them thin lips like Tobey Maguire. No offense, but just
nah, boy. Hell nah, boy.
Think about how ridiculous my face would look like if I had those. Think about that. I would look crazy. They sue him, not me. So I don't want to see any of y'all, no matter how self-conscious you may be, coming to the meet and greet with some stiff Botox smiles. The guys too, I don't want to see a single spray-on or turkey trip looking hairline. Just do what I'm gonna do. Guys too, I don't want to see a
No, boy, that's crazy. Say, you must know this shit. Just take it all off, say. You got a cul-de-sac on your head, boy.
single spray-on or turkey trip looking hairline. Just do what I'm gonna do. Go full Dr. Evil. This one ends with Elizabeth Shue arriving to the show only to traumatize everyone in the crowd, including a kid, after she shot blood on everyone and grew a titty out her eye. And also we see her body get destroyed and the Elizabeth part of her crawl to her Hollywood star only to melt away, finally accepting that she is Elizabeth Sparkle. Not only one of the weirdest and one of the best, but also one of the saddest submitted by y'all. But I mean, hey, at least she ain't peaking high school, am I right? That's pretty much all the movies I wanted to go over today. Comment down below which movie you thought was the weirdest. And also, big announcement. We will be doing another big donation this year. Last year the goal was 10K. This year the goal is 50. Pretty big number, I know.
Yo,
that's why
shout out to Derek, bruh. You always got some weird fucking movies that no one's ever heard of, but it's crazy, bruh. This shit, you don't miss, bruh. That substance shit, that shit like deep too, boy, but still like weird as fuck. Shit crazy, boy. Shout out to Derek FBD, boy, FDB.